Hello, and welcome to 5 Games 5 Minutes from Dragon32universe.info. Avenger is one of those games where you just know it's going to be pants from the second that it opens. It's all written purely in BASIC, and you have control of a small spacecraft through 3 separate screens. If you think that might offer you some variety, however, think again. On screen 1, you scurry around the screen, collecting green blobs and avoiding the few unmoving orange blobs, which is about as difficult as it sounds. On screen 2, you either shoot or avoid the blobs that scroll towards you from the right, 3 at a time. Again, there is little skill required to progress to screen 3, where you attempt to move through a series of gates. Dull and laboured playing isn't my idea of fun. I suspect it's not yours either. Next! Welcome to The Black Sanctum. The title of this game is a reference to the haunted monastery of St. Sebastian, which it charges you to explore. Sadly, with that sentence you now know more about it than most purchasers did in the 80s. Dragon Data decided on generic text adventure instructions, rather than to actually tell players what to do. Fortunately, The Black Sanctum is one of those adventures where you can discover enough by exploration to make sense of it. Something that I really like about it, apart from its snazzy graphics, is that the puzzles are solvable without lots of inventory shuffling. The text-based descriptions are nicely evocative too. In addition, there are some nice animations in the game, a magic mirror that comes to life, and clouds which float over a snowy landscape. It's not a particularly difficult adventure to complete either, meaning it's a good game to introduce a player to text adventuring. In Pengon, you play a penguin in an overhead maze inhabited by the marauding sea nasties. You have to kill them by flinging ice cubes at them, and getting into a position where you can actually push the ice cubes at them is half the skill of the game. Pengon is a diabolical clone of this famous style of game. It begins by placing the sea nasties at random places in the maze, often dropping 3 of them right on top of your current position. Moving around is positively tortuous too, with the game allowing you to be off-centre to cubes you want to push. Not only that, but the maze often isn't really a maze at all, and instead of running around it, you have to burrow into it to even be able to push an ice cube at all. There are some nice animated touches when a game begins or ends, but frankly, this is disappointment on a grand scale. If I had to sum up Screaming ABDABS in one word, it would be discouraging. All of the elements that should make a platform game fun are there. It's fast, the sprite design is pretty funky, and it has 35 screens of frightening complexity. Also, unlike some other platformers, you don't have to complete screens in the same order every time you play. But the thing is, it's actually patently difficult to work out what to do. The instructions say, get the key. Unfortunately, you can't, because when you try, you just float through it. Perhaps you have to collect all the pieces of fruit and then get the key. That's not what the instructions say, but that must be the answer. I unfortunately can't confirm that, because try as I might, I can't actually complete a single level. I can't say one way or another whether I recommend this game. It's very, very difficult. The awful instructions mean it's one for those not easily discouraged only. The King, also known as Donkey King, involves you, as Mario, fighting your way up to your girlfriend, who is being held captive by a demon gorilla at the top of the screen. The King is one of the Dragon's most beautiful and engaging games, and it's a near perfect conversion of the original Donkey Kong. It's fast, it's reactive, and it's colourful. Yet for all that, I sigh or swear my way through almost every game of it that I play. You practically need the reactions of a superhuman to deal with the multitude of things it throws your way, even when in so-called practice mode. The word frustrating doesn't nearly cover it, because you need all of your concentration to deal with what's hurtling toward you as you climb the structures, and you frequently get picked off by what seems like a random barrel throw or an unavoidable fireball. By all means, play the king of all dragon games, but don't expect an easy ride from it.